Hi guys, this is Diane here from Design Creative with a brand new video for you this year. Have I done one this year? No, I haven't. Wow. And we're in March. Wow. Okay. Anyway, the reason why I'm doing this video, and partly the reason why I haven't done a video for a while, is because I've been pretty much busy and there's been quite a few things going on within the WordPress community, as you know, or hopefully you do know, that sort of had me holding back a little in terms of, well, what videos am I going to put out? What content am I going to put out with this whole Headway themes fiasco that's been going on? So I did want to do this video today because there has been some progression with a particular builder that I have actually adopted into my workflow. So for those that know, and for those that don't know, should I say, as you know, my whole channel was dedicated to Headway. But recently, Headway, well, I say recently, but it's been happening for over a year now. Headway's communication, Headway's updates have really been lackluster, I think is the better word for me to use. And I had ended up getting a job with an agency which basically predominantly used Beaver Builder in all of their projects. So I was literally using Beaver Builder for about 6 months, and I hadn't touched Headway for a long time. In fact, I still haven't touched Headway for a while. And the reason why I'm doing this tutorial today is to basically let you know that Beaver Builder have basically created this new plugin which can be used for anything else. So if you're using something like Generate Press, or you're using I think Ocean WP or Genesis, this plugin can actually help you. Now, one of the big reasons why a large majority of us Headway users did not or do not venture out into the unknown is because there is nothing like Headway on the market, okay, especially in terms of how it deals with custom post types and how we can create a layout and we can cascade that layout throughout all of our different pages. And this was a sticking point for a lot of reasons why people didn't migrate from Headway to Beaver Builders, because we had so much we had so much freedom in terms of what we can do. So in terms of like the header and the footer, we had complete freedom over how those things looked and how we can replicate that on our screens. Now with Beaver Builder, it is pretty hard to create your own custom header and your own custom footer. It had its own one there, and that's part of the reason why a load of Headway users didn't really want to venture out. But with this new plugin which they've released, well, it's in beta at the moment, it's called Beaver Themer, though the name may change. And it basically eradicates all of those fears that we have in terms of, okay, I'm not going to move to another page builder because of XYZ, or we can use AYZ, doesn't matter. But Beaver Themer has actually, in my opinion, has literally erased my reason for using Headway. And I know I'm going to have some backlash for this because I am Headway's biggest fan. But to be honest, they haven't really done enough the past year or so that's made me want to stay, and that's made me want to continue creating videos for them. And unfortunately, that's just how it goes. And as a freelancer, I think it's important that everybody, always has their ear out or their eye out for new technologies that might be arising. And I've had my eye on Beaver Builder for a while, and I have been watching its progress. I have got a full license with them. I'm in their support groups. I'm quite active in their support groups. I have students that are actually in the group that I help on a regular basis with Beaver Builder problems and even with Headway problems. And I've now become a part of that ecosystem, as well as I still am a part of the Headway ecosystem, but I honestly am not sure of its its future right now. I don't even think Headway is sure of its future right now. So, you know, to deal with people's issues that they're having right now, this video, hopefully, I know this is a long introduction. I'm probably going to put some kind of skip thing at the bottom where people can go to, like chaptery thing at the bottom, so people can skip this section. But I just wanted to basically talk about the reason why I haven't been making videos, why I have transitioned to other technologies, and why I feel that Beaver Builder is possibly a tool that you can use for your ongoing projects. Now, currently, I am basically tossing between two different things. Like, I love Beaver Builder. I love the use of Beaver Builder. And I think if you buy the add-ons for Beaver Builder, you have the ultimate theme. With Beaver Builder, the Beaver add-ons, which you could buy, and the Beaver Themer, like, there's no reason for me to really be venturing anywhere else. Now, people have questions about the theme itself. Now, you don't have to buy the theme. If you're not happy with the theme, you don't have to buy the theme. But Beaver Themer has made it so that, you know, buying the theme is going to be beneficial for you as well. But if you're a Genesis user, or you use something like Ocean WP, which is a fantastic theme, which I use quite often, or Generate Press, which is another fantastic theme, then Beaver Themer is going to basically work for you as well. So you're sitting here thinking, well, what is this Beaver Themer? How do I use it? Blah, 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 blah. So this is where all the meaty stuff is, and I'm going to show you exactly what we have here. So I have a demo site, and I have, if we look in the back end, I have a custom post type here called books, and within that I have 4 books. If I click on view, this is what the book view looks like currently. So this is what Beaver Builder, Generate Press, and all the rest of them basically do when it comes to custom post types. It sort of copies what a normal post layout would look like, and that of course is not beneficial for us designers that may want to have things look completely different. So for instance, if I click on Hello World is going to look like this. You know, it's the same layout. It's okay, but no. Now, if I click on Edit Book, I've got some information here. So I've got the featured image, which number 1 doesn't get shown here. Yeah. I have some author metadata, the year, and a link to where people can buy this particular book. That information is not displayed here. Okay. If you're using something like Headway, then the information wouldn't be displayed here either. You would have to use something like Toolset in order to bring this information to the front end of your website. Now, with this Beaver Themer, you don't create custom post types with it. You would need a third-party plugin. So you could use the free CPT. Let me just show you over here. So you could download this one, which is Custom Post Type UI, which is a fantastic plugin. I would definitely recommend downloading that. It's for free. And you can also download Advanced Custom Fields, which is also for free. And these two things basically work hand in hand with Beaver Themer. If you're using Toolset as well, as far as I'm aware, also works with Beaver Themer. And I think that Pods is working, or it will be working with Beaver Themer as well. So no matter what your flavor is, Beaver Themer should be able to help you out. So how do we use Beaver Themer in the same sort of way that we would use Headway? So for instance, in Headway, if you can remember, we would create a layout specific for books, and we would create it once, and that layout would be cascaded throughout all of our books. We wouldn't have to touch it. That's it. So basically, Beaver Themer does exactly that. All we need to do is, here I've activated the Beaver Themer. At the moment, it's in alpha. So you can't actually buy this, but once it gets released, it's going to be released as a separate plugin. So if you do have Beaver Builder already, then you could buy this. Or if you don't have Beaver Builder, then you could just use this by itself. So of course with Beaver, the Beaver plugin. So here it says Builder. If we click on Theme Layouts, I can create a new layout for my book post type. So I'm going to click Add New, and I'm going to call this Book. In fact, I'm going to call this Book Single Book. Doesn't matter what you call it. And I'm going to choose a theme layout. And here it asks us what type of layout do we want. So here you can see we have all these different options. So we have header and footer, which means that we can now create our own custom headers and footers if we need to. And we can have that cascade throughout the whole site. Here we have content, so archive. An archive would be like our blog archive or our custom post type archive or a product archive. Yeah, so that's what that would be. Single would be our single book, our single page, our single post. 404, of course, we know what that means. And part, we'll talk about that later. So let's just use single and add theme layout. And here we can choose where this is going to go. So we could choose that this is going to go in the book custom post type. Okay. So here it's got all books, or do we want it for certain books? We want it for all books. Now the reason why I haven't spoken about this in a little while is because there was one particular function which was missing from this that I felt was super needed in order for this builder to really be a complete replacement for Headway. And that is the add inclusion rule. Okay. So for instance, imagine that I don't want to use this for my custom post type. I want to use this for all of my pages throughout my site, but I don't want it to be used on my home page. This exclusion, all right, let's change that. So let's say we want it for all, but we don't want it for my home page. So I can choose page, and I could choose my home page. I haven't got a home page here, but just imagine that I did. That would be my home page. So, and you can add your exclusions. For it's like I can add multiple exclusions and have multiple locations, etc., etc. Okay. So this was one of the things that had to come out before I spoke to you guys about it, because I didn't feel that I could talk about Beaver Themer without really showing you why this is really, really beneficial for you. So anyway, let's go back to books. And let's get rid of this because we don't have an exclusion. And what we can do is launch the page builder. Okay, so what it does, let's just press no. What it does is it creates an idea of like a starter look for how you might want things to be on your page. So I'm just going to get rid of this, okay, because I don't want to use any of this. But I want to just show you really quickly how you can create your own layout and how that layout could be cascaded to the rest of your pages. So first of all, I'm going to come over to here where it says basic modules, and I'm going to, row layouts, and I'm going to draw out 2 columns. I'm going to make this really simple. The first thing I'm going to do is draw out my photo and click it here. So I want my photo to be on the left hand side. And how I can draw my photo is there is this little plus symbol here. If I click on that, it's going to give me a different list of it's going to give me a list of different content that I could use in this field. So I'm going to click where it says post featured image, and then it's going to ask us about the size. I'm going to say large. And if I wanted a default image, so if that custom post type does not have an image, or I forgot to put it in there, then just show, let's just say, just show this image for now. I'm going to press save, and I've saved it. So here it's showing me one of my custom post types already. if you look on the right, on the top left hand side, sorry, I'm so shit with my left and rights, it's a joke. I don't know how I'm going to pass my driving test. Anyway, so if I click here where it says preview as, and I click on book, I'll be able to click whichever book custom post type, and it's going to show me the example of how it's going to look here. Okay, so I can now align that to the left if I need to, and I can save that. So the next thing, if I just click back here, we have our text here, which is the text about the actual book. So I can click to add content, click on basic modules, drag out my text editor, and with this text I can click here and add the post content. Okay, so now I've got the post content, I can click save and the post content will appear. I can add a little bit of styling to this, so I can just call this description, make that bold, press save, and here we go. Another thing I might want to do is add the author. So I'm going to draw out another one here, and I'm going to put author, make that bold, and I'm going to click on the symbol here, and as I scroll down it's got author's name. No, that's not what we want. We want, okay, this is where it's going to get a little bit confusing, because my custom post type has a custom field of author. I must not get it confused with this section here, because this section talks about the author of the post. So it's talking about me. Okay, so if I was to insert the author's name, it's going to be Diane Laidlaw and not Sam Walton. So I need to scroll down here where it says advanced custom fields, and I need to click where it says post field. And if I have a look back here, custom fields, let's click on books. I have a field name called author. I have one called year and I have another one called link. So what I want to do is I want to put the author in here, press save. Let's save that, and you can see the name pops up here. What was the other one? The year. So I can use this again, put year, bold that out, ACF, post field, year, and add that in there like that. So now I've got the author, the year, and the description. Now I need for people to click on a button, because I want them to buy this particular book. I'm going to click on add content. I'm going to drag out this button, and I'm going to say buy this book on Amazon. And with the link, I can click here again, ACF, custom post field, and I'm going to put link, because I think that's the name of my field group here, which is link. And that's just a HTTP address, and that's going to go to a new window, and I'm going to press save. Okay, so let's move this over a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer, and I'm going to press done. I'm going to publish the changes, and now every time I look at this book, let's have a look, I'm going to have this, and if I click here, it's going to lead straight to the book. Super simple, eh? And I've only have to do that layout once. Now, say if I wanted, let's go back to the builder, go to builder layouts. Say if I wanted to add a subscription form to the bottom of every book post that I've got. So I click on add new, and I'm going to put subscription. And I'm going to choose part. Add theme layout. Position, where do I want this to go? Let me see. I want this to go be after the content. Actually, I want it to go before the footer and I want it on all my books. Okay, let's launch the page builder. Let me just cancel that, and I can add a subscribe form here. I'm going to add an email address. Okay, I'm going to press done and publish that. Now when I refresh, I'm going to have this subscribe form underneath every single page that is a book custom post type. Okay, now the same can be done for your blog posts. So let's click on this one. This looks like a standard blog layout, I guess, and you can create your own look for your blog posts by using the method that I've just shown you. And basically all your customers need to do is come in here and edit their content. They don't need to go in the back of Beaver Builder to do anything. They don't need to click on the Beaver Builder button to bring up the editor. They don't have to do any of that. They literally just come in here, update their content, press save and update, and they will have the look automatically cascaded to that particular post type. So that is really all I wanted to show you in regards to why I personally am now moving over to Beaver Builder, and why going forward my channel is not just going to be about Headway. It's going to be about Beaver Builder. It's going to be about this plugin. It's going to be about Elementor. It's going to be about all the other things that I can find this year that's really going to set me alight, that's going to make me think, yeah, I need to do a video about this. So I hope this is useful for you. If you have had any doubts about using Beaver Builder, then yes, I hope that this video has actually changed your mind completely. I'm now a complete Beaver Builder user. I use it in my workflow. I find it extremely easy to use, and I do find it easier to use with let's see, I use Beaver Add-ons, which is a fantastic plugin. It gives you the extra boost that you need. They have a whole bunch of different modules in here which you could use, and we have let's have a look here. We've got a content grid here with some filters on the top. We've got a whole bunch of stuff here that you could use. There's another one as well which I really love called Ultimate Add-ons or Ultimate Beaver, and I use both of these plugins. Some people just prefer to use either Power Pack, or some people just prefer to use Ultimate Add-ons. I've got licenses for both of them, so I just love using both of them. And a good thing, in my opinion, about using these add-ons is the fact that it cuts down on the amount of plugins that you have to purchase. So if you have Ultimate Add-ons, you probably won't need to purchase a form plugin because it has a form. It has forms in there. The same with Beaver Builder, the same with Power Pack. If you wanted a image carousel, or you wanted a slider, or you wanted a logo slider, or you wanted a video player, all of these things, you don't necessarily have to go out and buy an extra plugin. You pretty much can cut down on the amount of plugins that you use just by buying Power Pack or Ultimate Beaver. So before I ramble anymore, I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. If this video has been useful to you, please share it on to other people. I'm going to post a link below to where you can buy all these different things. You will not be able to purchase Beaver Themer yet because it's in beta. But if you do purchase Beaver Builder, you will have access to the themer in which you could use. So yeah, that was basically it today. I hope this video helps, and I'll see you on the other side.